So, hey, congratulations on this documentary.
Thank you.
What actually basically triggered the idea to make Markie from Milwaukee?
Do I hold it?
I don't know.
Okay. It was just meeting Markie and just sensing that there was a story to tell. Markie was working at the airport in Milwaukee. I grew up in Milwaukee and was visiting my parents and saw Markie working and was drawn for some reason. I've analyzed that moment a lot in my life, why I reached out, but I was drawn and I felt curious, and I basically approached her and was like, what if we started filming together? And it's a surprise, maybe in New York, LA, someone's like, oh, let's be in my thing. You're like, oh, another thing. But in Milwaukee, it's probably not super common. And just conveniently, Markie was perhaps looking to tell her story. And then with a little interest, and one thing led to the next, and we started filming. And then it was like, we've got a movie here.
So tell me about this first initial approach at the airport.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
what exactly? How did you actually approach her? What questions you actually asked?
I was walking with my girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, Markie was at you drop your bag off, and then they put it through those big machines they don't have anymore. But I was walking, and I saw Markie, and then I literally stopped, and I walked backwards, and was like, who is that person? I need to get to know them, and I need to know about their life. And then, at the moment, I actually didn't do anything. I just said, holy shit, I swear, holy shit, who is that person? Thought about it, went back to New York, a few months later came back, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went to one of the other TSA agents, and was like, hey, there's someone working here. I don't know their name. I don't know. I can't. They're just very, very tall. Mm-hmm. Here's my business card. I had these very stupid business cards at the time, and was like, could you, connect me? And they're like, oh, you probably mean Markie. All right. And then I was a DJ at the time, and I was DJing one night, and I got a call from a Milwaukee number. I go I wonder who this is, and I go, hello, and it was like, hi, it's Markie. And I was like, oh, hey, holy shit, it's Markie, hey, oh my God, I don't know, oh my God, I saw you in the airport, I don't know who you do this, but and I very quickly in panic tried to do a pitch, and she was like, all right. And then a few months later, this is April 2007, I went back to Milwaukee, and we met, we did a little screen test, and then 2008 we started shooting. We shot, 30, 40 hours together. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't think we had a film yet, so we just followed along, and here we are.
Now, this is a 10-year project. Did you even realize it was going to be a 10-year project? What did you actually project it to be?
I didn't really have any... I didn't think that. I maybe wouldn't have signed up for it if I knew that was what's going to happen, but... each year, new things, there are developments, and it was very exciting. And then, we only filmed for 8, so, but editing was 5, which kind of overlapped. And the editing just took a long time. It's complicated to make it look straightforward.
Now, one of the biggest challenges is always trying to get the subject's permission to film anything and everything. I mean, did you manage to accomplish that? Was there anything that was off limits?
Markie, was anything off limits? Yeah, there are things that were off limits. There were things that came up that aren't in the movie just because it's a tangent. It's interesting, but it didn't come up. But initially, when we were filming, I was like, I wanted to reach out to Markie's family, and at the time, it just wasn't possible. And then in 2013, when she was living as Mark, it was a bit. They were more willing to participate in that, mm-hmm. But for example, the first year we were filming, I was like, Markie, do you have any photos? I'd love to see some old photos. And she said, I don't have any photos. I got rid of them all. I don't like to be reminded of the past or whatever. And then a year later, Markie revealed her massive photo archive, going back to childhood, before transition, her, preacher years, everything. And then really, just every year, Markie would be like, well, here's what was going on then, here's what was going on then. But, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I don't know still, which is fine. You don't need to, Markie opened her soul to the process, and the fact that not every piece of minutia is in there, I think is totally fine.
Now, 8 to 10 years is a very long time. How is your relationship with Markie today?
Great. Positive. We're not, it's nice, we've been going to fests together, and it's nice not schlepping camera gear and not, like, checking batteries and, oh, your mic's dead, let me, so it's nice to, but if any, the film was really these years, 2008 to 2015, so it's weird that we're just sort of new people, and it's like a thing we did, but now we're, I don't know, basking in the light. We're in the glory now. But it's like, it feels like something we did together a few years ago for it to be out now.
Excellent.
But it's positive.
And how was your overall experience? You want to do a documentary like this again?
No, absolutely never. Never in a million years. Never fucking do this. I'm not opposed to it. I just would like to... I'm not opposed to doing another 10-year project as long as there's other projects. I like to do 1-year projects, 2-year projects, but then if some things just take 10 years and it's just that's what it has to be. So if the story presented itself, yeah, of course. What are you going to do? Not do it? But I'm always trying to meet people not knowing where it's going to go, but maybe, everyone I talk to, I'm like, oh, so, like, and they're like, well, in a few years I might, maybe. So I'm always looking for people.
Excellent. Hey, congratulations. Thank you for speaking with me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Markie_in_Milwaukee at Instagram is where you should go.
All right. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.